This week, we're in the northwest of England. First stop, its biggest city. I'm here to meet the Narayan Nicholas family, who've made a name for themselves through the power of food. I'm here to show them the power of plants and gardens. Mum Eve, Dad Steve and their children Billy and Emi run a hospital meals charity, providing free food for parents caring for their sick children. It's like the secret garden, isn't it? Follow me. I hope they like surprises.
Oh.
Hello.
Hiya. Hiya.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice
How
to
are you?
see you.
I'm sorry to trespass in your back garden.
Yeah.
Eve and Steve, your names are easy to remember.
Yeah, we rhyme.
Eve and Stevens.
Yes. Nice rhyming.
It is, isn't it? Let's go and have a look at this space you've got, because it's quite well delineated, but there's not much in it. There's a gravel area outside the house which is shaded. It's featureless, really, isn't it? But potential of this space.
It's a nice little space.
Tell me about Emi's kitchen. How did this all start?
In 2017, Emi was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. So we spent a lot of time in Royal Manchester Children's Hospital. And I think as we were there, it feels like actually for children to be able to get well, their caregivers need to be well, they need to be looked after, their well-being needs to be thought about.
When she was just 8, while undergoing treatment for leukemia, Emi came up with the idea to help the parents of sick children in hospital without access to home-cooked food.
We were in the hospital for a long time looking at what the other parents ate. So Emi said to me, Gran, can't you just feed the other parents? She said, you could do it. So that's how it started.
A good system of packing.
So the family began cooking for the other parents on Emi's ward. They now provide 10,000 meals a year.
Emi's family are just the most amazing family ever. When they stayed with us, it was so difficult to get access to a nutritional meal. They've been so passionate about being able to provide that for families that are currently still going through what they've been through.
The whole family and a team of volunteers run the charity. And with the help of local restaurants, they've now introduced a Friday night takeaway treat.
You have a complex child in hospital. Definitely you struggle when it comes to food. And it's quite difficult to go to the kitchen and cook when you spend most of the time with your child in hospital. So Emi's kitchen is a miracle.
But this isn't the first time I've met Emi. We built a garden for Manchester Children's Hospital when she was a patient there. Now, what's your name?
Emi.
Emi, I've worked off plans that are worse than this one. It's very detailed, pond, fruit trees, benches. So you think a garden here would be a really good idea?
Yeah.
Emi's efforts have been so remarkable that last year she was given a Pride of Britain Award, presented by Marcus Rashford and the Banjo Brothers. What about Emi now? What's the prognosis now?
She's NED, which is no evidence of disease, and she's doing really, really well.
So she's due back from school any minute now. Hello.
Hi.
You look a bit different to the way you looked last time. Your hair is wonderful. Did that make a big difference to you? Were you pleased when it came back?
Yeah, I was pleased because now it's like really curly and fit.
Well, I'll tell you what, Emi, because you do this Emi's Kitchen, which I think is a brilliantly good idea, we thought we'd come and we'd do your garden. What sort of things do you want in the garden?
Like activities.
Activities?
Like exercise.
Because we like to do some training on a nice lawn or somewhere where it's even so we're not turning our ankles over. It'd be quite nice.
Right.
Somewhere nice for the family to sit down.
Yeah.
Do you want it to look pretty cool?
Yeah.
Stephen, would cool contemporary be all right?
Absolutely fine with me, Alan.
Come on, get you in. With the family's seal of approval, my team, Katie Rushworth, David Dominy and the contractors can get to work ripping out the old-look garden, while I'm off in search of some inspiration for the new one. I've come to Chelsea to look at a city garden which delivers exactly what you would expect in a contemporary urban garden. Modern city living at its most stylish. This garden is straight out of the pages of a glossy magazine. The idea of bringing the inside out and blurring the lines between the house and garden work effortlessly here. The steel framework here mirrors the windows at the back of the house. The soft furnishings match those indoors too. The one flows into the other. It feels like a continuation of the same space. The garden is zoned. A multi-purpose terrace in front of the house leads to a sleek central outdoor kitchen with barbecue. One of the key elements of a contemporary garden is the use of a limited, even monochrome, colour palette. There are dark wood screens and black fences throughout this garden, which give it a very industrial, edgy feel. The planting scheme also follows a simple colour palette, with varying shades of green foliage interspersed with vibrant flowers, pink alliums amplified against the greenery. Plants are chosen for their shape and their texture. A must-have in any modern outdoor space is a cutting-edge water feature. Not only because it offers movement and reflection, but also the sound it makes can help mask the traffic noise outside. They've taken contemporary design to the next level, and I'm hoping it'll work in my favour. Now, Emi said she wanted her garden to be cool. I think this is very cool and trendy. I need to bring this ultra-modern feel to my design for Emi and her family. I'm keen that this garden should be enjoyed by all the family and, rather like this one, be an extension of the house with different areas for different purposes. For Eve, an office down in the bottom left-hand corner from which she can run the charity. Alongside it, I'll get David to make an entertaining area, somewhere they can sit for meals, but also to lounge around, and alongside it, a barbecue. This is a family that likes keeping fit, so I want Katie to take charge of this and work in some kind of gymnasium, but still give it a garden feel. I'll come into play with the planting. I want them to enter this garden from a sort of patio area immediately outside the door and come into a sort of hallway, in effect, which is made of plants, and from there all these other areas will run off it. When we finish with this garden, tell you, they won't want to come back inside. So, a garden where the family can work, exercise, cook, relax and entertain. A hip urban plot, perfect for a modern lifestyle.
Hard landscaping is essential for contemporary garden design. It's all about clean, crisp lines.
In Manchester, David's putting in a very modern-looking boundary.
Now, look at this fence behind me. It's not a paint effect. It's not stain or preservative. It is, in fact, charred, and it's following a process that's been used in Japan since the 18th century. This Japanese process is called yakisugi. Yaki meaning burnt with fire, sugi meaning cedar. And that's exactly what's happened to this. It's been charred with heat right the way across, and it only goes about 5 millimetres into the wood itself, so it's still pretty solid. But what it does do is seal the surface of the wood, and it gives us a really nice, crisp architectural effect, perfect for our contemporary garden.
Opposite what'll be the living area, we're installing an office in which Emi's mum, Eve, can run their charity.
We've gone for this really nice slate grey colour for the outbuilding. It ties in with our contemporary theme. It looks really good against David's fence, so it should keep Mr. T off my back for a little while.
Just a little while, Katie. While I look at the plants that'll bring green to our on-trend design, currently being stored down an overlooked side alley. I'm using here predominantly architectural plants that will go with this cool, contemporary garden. I've got 3 silver birches here that I'm going to plant in a group. Lots of spiky-leaved plants that we will position carefully so they look good against that fence, but you're not going to get too near them to get yourself spiked. But lovely things that do plays of the light. This is Circis, a variety of Judas tree, and this one's called forest pansy. But just look at the light through those leaves. They go purple, but when they're coming out, they're green and purple. I'm looking for plants with architectural shape and form, and also texture. Shape and texture, those 2 things, which against this contemporary background will look really good. They'll be, as requested, cool and trendy. As the work continues, the rain brings typical British barbecue weather to David's outdoor entertainment area.
That's it, we're clear of the tree. There we go. One of the components of our contemporary garden is creating outdoor rooms. We're really trying to mimic what the family's got inside so they can come outside when the weather is considerably better than it is right now. And in this section here, we're going to do a kitchen diner. The framework's gone down ready for the decking, and the tables and chairs will go under here. And I'm just building here a barbecue. These concrete blocks that I'm putting in here are about £1 a piece. But I'm putting them on the end rather than flat, so it doesn't take up as much space, and it gives me the height that I need.
Emi and her family, especially Dad Steve, want somewhere to keep active outdoors, so Kate is installing a garden gym.
So my first bit of gym equipment is a pull-up bar, because pull-up bars are so useful, not only for pull-ups, but you can fasten different bits of equipment to them and do lots of different exercises. So I'm going to put one in here, and that's going to kind of be the main focus. Don't know about Stephen working out, but just digging the hole for this thing is hurting my arms. I'm out of puff.
Once the holes are deep enough, the poles can go in.
Now, given this is holding a pull-up bar for Steve, it has to be really safe and secure. So we're going extra on the postcrete. I think the average gym membership is about 40 quid a month. This might cost me 100 in component parts to install, and then you can use it every day of the year if you wishes. Ooh, look at that.
Katie's painting the posts dark grey-black to blend in with our colour scheme.
Dave, I need an extra pair of arms.
What are you doing?
OK, so I've got 2 bits of timber, and the idea is that they're going to go either side like this.
Right, this way?
Yeah, at the top. So the wood is cut to size.
What do you want me to do? Hold it up for you? Always feel it.
Bit to you. Too much. Bit more. Too much. There.
It's like cracking a safe with you, isn't it?
Come rain or shine in Manchester, we're building a slick contemporary garden, and David's working on the centrepiece for the outdoor kitchen.
Yeah. So there's a worktop connected to our barbecue. We're using the porcelain tiles, the same tiles that have been used for our paving down there. But don't worry about chopping food on them or them being close to the barbecue, because they're extremely hard wearing. They've been fired up to 1,000 degrees. And a process called vitrification, which is almost turning them into glass, and that's how it gets this beautiful porcelain effect. So hard-wearing, and of course matches in what we've got with the garden. So it all ties together nicely.
With the top installed, David's next job is to render the barbecue brickwork.
This is the first coat of our render. It's called a scratch coat, so it really sort of like just covers over the brickwork underneath. And then we add scratches like this to the side, and those scratches give a bit of purchase for the next coat to bond onto. Once this is dry, we're going to apply the next coat, and that's the final one.
The sleek backdrop is set, and my challenge is to turn this grey space green. The tallest plants in this garden are a trio of silver birch trees that I want to pop just about there at the end of the bed. But one thing I'm really picky about planting anything, but particularly trees and larger plants, is that the root ball is really well, soggy, actually, at planting time. You plunge it in water until the bubbles stop coming. Then you know that root ball is really wet.
Fortunately, Alan, it's due to rain for the rest of the day, so they won't need watering in.
Now, one of the things that is a really popular feature in contemporary gardens is multi-stem trees. Instead of having a single trunk, these beautiful... They can be quite expensive, and the reason they're expensive is they're taking a long time to train and grow, and you're paying the nurseryman for his trouble. Nothing wrong with that. But if you haven't got the wherewithal, cheat. What you do is you get 3 silver birches like these. I'm going to leave the canes in, because these are quite whippy. Now, these are ordinary Betula pendula, the lady of the woods, she's called, the ordinary native English or British birch tree. So at £23 a piece, that's costing me what? £72? No, 70...
£69.
Thank you. Maths never a strong point. So, £23 a piece, that's costing me 69 quid for what will appear to be, in a few years' time, a multi-stem tree. Good, eh?
At the front of the house, Katie's building a multi-purpose bit of kit for her outdoor gym, for storage, planting and working out.
Hey, what do you think?
What are you doing?
He's good plan.
If you want to exercise, there's plenty in that garden. Plenty, never mind up and down, up and down.
It's called fun, Alan.
It's not, it's called watching paint dry doing that, crikey.
Mizzo. Go on.
Now my multi-functioning gym step is almost finished, I'm going to give it a lick of paint. 1, so it ties in with the rest of the garden, and 2, because I want to give it an anti-slip treatment, and to do that, I'm going to use clay sand. Now, it's simply 1 part clay sand to 4 parts paint. So the reason I'm using clay sand is it's washed and dried, which means it won't affect the paint. And it's a really cheap, easy way to do this because anti-slip paints can actually be quite expensive, and I've not got much area to do. It's quite ironic that I'm painting anti-slip paint in the rain, isn't it? It'll really put it to the test, though, I suppose.
I'm tackling my floral hallway, which will greet the family as they enter the garden.
This is a yucca. I'm positioning it very, very carefully, and then it will act as very much a statement bed when you're coming into the garden. This particular yucca has very spiky leaf tips. I shall take the secateurs out and just snip those ends off. You're not doing the plant any harm at all. In fact, it's like cutting its fingernails. Now, I'm going to take this off because I need to see how far out these leaves come. Look at that. Now, when we're talking about contemporary gardens, that just shrieks modernity, doesn't it? It shrieks architecture. Yuccas really enjoy a bright spot, good sunshine, and well-drained soil. I've planted this fairly high in the ground for 2 reasons. One is they like good drainage, but the other one, I've taken other holes out for other plants, so the soil level is going to rise anyway, so I don't want it to get any lower. And there it is. I'll now work out what I want round it.
At the front of the house, to match his Japanese boundary fence, David's building a planter, yaki-shugi style.
The charred effect on timber doesn't just have to be on a grand scale like fence panels or anything like that. I'm going to have a go at yaki-shugi myself using that big flame torch over there.
Don't try this at home with one of these industrial burners, but with care, you can use a paint stripper for the same effect.
OK, it's a bit bigger than a hand torch, but I'm not doing a creme brulee here, you know. Now you can see why I put it on a bit of soil rather than the road, because I don't want the tarmac catching alight.
Boys and the toys.
Oh, yes. We don't want to burn the whole wood all the way through. We just want the surface almost cauterised, sealed on the outside to protect it, yet strong within. And there we have it. The real finishing touches is just brushing off the excess flakes with a wire brush. Once you've brushed those, I use just a microporous sealant. There's many available on the market. It just adds an extra layer of protection. And it's just turned some old bits of wood into a feature container that ties in perfectly with our fencing and our contemporary feel.
Who'd have known burnt wood could look so good?
Now I'm just lining the inside of the container to make the wood last even longer. In fact, I'm recycling some of our compost bags. The Japanese, who inspired the charring of these containers, really liked peonies. In fact, they planted them as almost good luck or good fortune. Now, this particular one here is Julia Rose, which is a really lovely blush apricot. So I'm putting 2 in because we want to try and get a bigger effect.
Some good fortune in the form of sunshine will make these peonies bloom, and in my statement bed, I'm working out where my plants will make the biggest impact.
What I've tried to do in this central bed, which is, if you like, the welcome when you come out of the back door. You've got a hallway here, but then this is your display which invites you into the garden. I want to use plants in here which could conceivably all grow in the same kind of environment, so they're all happy in a kind of hot, dry bed. I've got lavenders and artemisia. These look good, but they're also aromatic. Wonderfully clearing for your tubes. This is a lovely artemisia. It's called Powys Castle, named after that castle in Wales where it was first found many years ago now. But it forms a lovely bush about, well, slightly rather more than knee-high. Oh, lavender. Lovely. I'm putting it on the edge where people brush past it and get the fragrance as they enter the first room of the garden.
I've invited Emi's grandmother, Jackie, down to lend a hand.
Hello, Alan.
How are you?
OK.
Well, I'm glad you've come to help. Because I'm running short of puff now. Tell me how this garden's going to change the lives of Steve and Eve and Emi and Billy.
I just think for them, having that extra space and to have somebody do it for them and take away all that worry of doing it is just fantastic.
But what I do want to know is I want to know about Emi, what she's really liked.
I think Eve is tough, but Emi's kind of double tough. And she was in hospital and having really intense and complex treatment. She used to tell us off for crying. She used to say, you know, get yourself together, you two. You know, you need to get a grip on it. And I mean, I would never want anybody else to experience a child going through that kind of... it felt like torture.
So the relief that she's out the other side.
Yes, it has just been fantastic.
Well, hopefully this will help Emi too. She said she wanted a garden that was cool. I'm working on cool.
I just need to make sure my water blade is fully functional.
I'm going to cut a hole there to get the splash guard on, and then anything which does blow outside, it should, via this butyl liner here, run back into the reservoir. It just helps to stop it from draining dry. So I'm going to make sure I've got everything running in the right direction. Moment of truth. The thing about water features in a contemporary garden is it's got to look architectural, it's got to look pleasant, it's got to sound good. And that sounds quite nice.
All this modern design only works in my mind if you soften it with plenty of planting.
We've got a shallow border here in front of this barbecue and this lovely viburnum with these glorious sterile and fertile florets will look really good against that, I think, and it can eventually be trained out a bit sideways across it. So I think with the pittosporum and some lavender and grasses, it'll look much better than just leaving that wall bare.
What do you mean, bare barbecue wall?
Well, it's very nice, David. It's beautifully rendered. I love the colour, but it's a bit boring and in your face if there's nothing on it.
But now you start putting plants in front of it and at the back and the sides, it just really shows off the foliage, doesn't it?
Shame grey hair doesn't have the same effect in it, lads.
Oh, that's tight. That's snug. There we go.
A few fashionable finishing touches, and our brand spanking new contemporary garden is done.
Gosh, Manchester, it's all been watered in.
It is.
It's just one job off the list anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there we are. We've got the office, we've got the barbecue, we've got the sitting area, albeit a little damp. We've got the gym, we've got the welcome hallway, we've got the water feature.
There's a lot in a small space.
Goodness me. Well done all.
Okay.
Looks lovely.
While Katie's outdoor gym will put the funky into this family's fitness regime, the whole garden is filled with architectural greenery, native birch trees and bursts of fresh flowers. And my up-to-the-minute water blade cuts it in the ultra-cool stakes. For more information on how we built this garden, go to itv.com/Alan.
Keep your eyes closed. And now I can say, open your eyes.
Oh, wow. It looks a lot different. This is not our garden. Alan, have you transported us somewhere?
Emi, you said you wanted a cool garden. Is it cool?
Yeah.
Do you want to explore?
Yeah. Please. I can't believe it.
It's our
There's a waterfall. That is not our garden. It's sick.
Eve, that's your office.
Whoa. We've got a house in our garden.
Oh, man, it's amazing. And it's all mine. I'll be doing lots of work in there, Alan.
You won't want to sit down at the moment, but that's your sitting
Emi,
area.
Look, Billy, come and see. Oh. Steve will be busy barbecuing.
It looks totally different.
Might need to rebuild the house now to go with the garden.
We'll do that a bit.
You've also got a gym.
Whoa.
Got a pull-up bar.
Can you do a pull-up, though?
It's a bit wet.
Yay! Oh, wow.
Whoa. Oh, that's sick.
So what do you think?
It's really good.
There's no words. I don't think we've ever had anything that's felt like good luck.
Thank you very much, Alan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.
And I don't think the grandparents will believe the change either.
Come on in. Whoa! There we go. It's amazing. So what's your favourite bits?
That's my favourite bit.
All of it.
Well, we are in Manchester, and you know what they say. It's good for the garden. The garden, I think, will be good for Eve and Steve and Emi and Billy. It's quite clear they're really taken with it. And for all they do for other people, gosh, so nice to do something for them, whatever the weather. Till the next time on Love Your Garden. Bye-bye.